A few weeks back, I did this post. We will go over a few things. This was posted in the 2X chromosomes. This woman said that a misogynistic man that was working at her job has killed her sex drive with her husband, basically because her husband wasn't supporting her at work. All right, so let's go over a few of these things. She says, I'm not trying to get into all the details because it would be too long, but here's the context. I work with my partner in his business, and 2 years ago, he hired a man who was seemingly perfectly nice and normal. Turned out he was the most misogynistic person I've ever worked with, to the point that even our male coworkers were sometimes put off or shocked by the things he said. The worst part is probably that at the beginning, I really liked him and we were friendly, and I felt incredibly betrayed when I realized the deep-seated hatred he had towards women. Makes me feel like I'll never be able to trust a man ever again. She gives some examples talking about some of the videos, the funny videos he shows. I'm not going to get into all that, but she said that this was happening every day. It ended up driving me literally crazy to the point that I didn't even want to go to work anymore. He was also constantly checking the way I dressed and if it was modest enough for his liking. He kept interrupting me, shutting me down, was weirdly passive aggressive, and if he had a bad day, I knew that I needed to avoid him because he would take it out on me. It sometimes felt like I was in a toxic relationship with him, even though I was married to the boss. She says, so it took months for my husband to fire him, even though he could see how toxic the workplace had become. I'm the only woman working there, and because men apparently can't help behaving like sheep, the other male coworkers that I previously liked ended up imitating some of the behavior, as if him being misogynistic suddenly made it okay for them to talk and behave the same way. So that is what's going on. This behavior made her look at her husband some type of way. Okay, here's the newest post. My husband is victim blaming me and I'm done. She says, kind of needed to make a post about it because this sub has helped me tremendously before understand that I wasn't crazy. I posted a few weeks ago about the abuse directed at me that my husband allowed in our workplace. For a reminder, I work in his business. I'm an employee. It doesn't belong to me. And a guy that worked for him for 2 years ended up harassing me, targeting me with misogynistic, cruel jokes. You're useless because because you don't have kids, for example. When I have infertility problems, something he doesn't know, but is deeply painful for me. Plus, making awfully dehumanizing comments about women in general. It took 6 months of tears, of endless discussions, and finally a threat of me leaving the workplace for my husband to finally fire him. I thought he learned, but he didn't. He has hired another guy. The other guy has started doing very shady stuff too, like telling me to bugger off the way after only 3 days. My native language isn't English, and I don't know if bugger off is as rude as it is in my language. Repeatedly. Plus, jokingly asking my husband in front of me, is she always that annoying or is she just on her period? Maybe I should add that this dude's favorite game is to pretend to hit me in the face with his fist, elbow, or shoulder multiple times in front of my husband. What? I know I'm probably an enabler. I know I freeze in those situations because I don't know how to react. Same reaction I had when I was raped as a preteen. I know I'm weak. This victim blaming is wow. I'm sorry that she's going through this and she feels like this is her fault. She says, but I didn't expect my husband to just stand there again doing nothing and to tell me there must be something wrong with you if it keeps happening to you. Why does it only happen to you? It kills me to hear someone I love tell me men abuse me because they feel I'm weak and that somehow makes me responsible for the abuse. My husband is much older than me. I've met him when I was only 20. He gave me a job, a place to live, lied a lot, dismissed a lot of my complaints when he was doing hurtful things to me. I feel gaslighted by everyone since so many people have told me how he's such a great guy, how lucky I am, etc. But I don't feel lucky. I've verbally vomited everything to my parents about this and more, and thankfully they're ready to welcome me into their house and to take care of me until I find another job and place to live. I think I've been emotionally abused for 10 years and I didn't even notice. When I realized that I had infertility problems and wanted to try because I was so scared that I might never be able to get pregnant, he kept playing an awfully malicious game. One month he'd tell me we were going to try, and month after he'd tell me he had changed his mind, until it almost made me physically sick, until I almost decided to give up on having children. Sorry for this being so messy in this post. Thank you for the support I've received here. The reason why your husband allows this is because he's a terrible person. This part here, this malicious part, the fact that he's 20 years older than you, the fact that he was doing things like lying a lot, complaining when he did things to hurt your feelings, that is a manipulative man. And that's the reason why he has a manipulative, hostile work environment. That's the reason why, because they feel comfortable enough to do that. The fact that these men feel comfortable to do these things in front of your husband speaks volumes of his character, because no person who actually loves and supports you will see you being abused and then just stand there. Not even somebody just like tangentially who cares about you. Not even like your favorite barista would sit there and not speak up if a person is acting like he's going to hit you and saying mean spirited things to you. This husband, he agrees. He agrees with that behavior. That's the reason why he's perfectly okay with you being abused in the workplace. And all of this towards the bottom, oh my goodness, this is so hurtful. And you should have left this man in this workplace a long time ago. Plant Daddy hones in on the part where this dude's favorite game is to pretend to hit her in the face in front of her husband, saying, what the actual F? The fact that this is happening in the first place and that your husband doesn't seem to care is so alarming. Make a plan and get out of there as soon as possible. None of what you described is normal or healthy. And so far gone said, yeah, F the husband. That's the kind of behavior I cut off other male friends off for displaying. Honey and Venom says, I'm amazed some people's willingness to look a human effing being in the goddamn human eyes and say to their human face, you're the lesser kind of person. We get to treat you like because we're the better kind of person. Blows my goddamn mind. Makes you think maybe those guys are the lesser kind of person. And the OP says, thank you. I've normalized so many things that I feel crazy most of the time. I spent hours and hours trying to explain extremely simple things like it hurts that nobody says anything, including you, when a coworker tells me to F off because I've asked a minor thing, and he seemed unable to understand. It felt like constantly trying to solve a puzzle. It drove me crazy. I can't even begin to explain. She said, yesterday I've told my parents that I wanted to get into a mental institution and to close my eyes, lie down, and wait until I finally feel better, or just go to bed and not wake up. They're amazing, though. They told me I could just go to their house and take all the time I need to get better. And these days, it's about what's happening at work. But before that, it was the other things. He keeps lying and lying and lying, and I keep trying to reason with him. Yesterday, I broke down, and he told me that I needed to forgive myself. Oh, what? I'm leaving before I finally lose my mind. So in her first post, she actually summoned me. She actually called my name in YV Edit, saying that our videos actually have helped open her eyes. And I saw this post yesterday and I chimed in like, this is BurbNBougie. Thanks for the update. And she says, no, thank you. Your video plus all the comments that the video received regarding my post were enlightening. Seeing that so many people being outraged or even sometimes saying stuff like, what the F is she still doing with that man, was life-saving. Not even offending at all, more like freeing. These comments allow me to ask myself, girl, why the F are you allowing this to happen to you? And then I told my parents everything. I'm surrounded by his friends, his family, him, and everyone has been telling me for the last 10 years that I'm annoying, crazy, nagging, unreasonable. You can't even begin to understand how it feels to read and hear that you're not crazy and I mean it. So I am happy that she has been helped. I'm happy, no expression, that you have been helped by this community. And we're going to continue to, give a big virtual hug as you get away from this man. If you do have an update and I don't see it, make sure to tag my name or drop something in my inbox. Please, good luck and get out of there quickly. Y'all, like, comment, and share, please. Hold up, I'm not done. I just saw this comment and I needed to come back and show y'all. The OP said I was 20 when she met him. I was 20, he was 39 and in the middle of a divorce. Made me go through hell, and I mean it. I remember us making love one day, and right after, while he was stroking my hair, he told me that him and it would never be as good as it was with his ex-wife. I was gutted, but also very used to the highs and lows. I'd beg him to stop being hurtful. He'd tell me that I was annoying, and then he'd tell everyone around him that I was crazy and acted very nicely after a few days. I escaped the relationship twice. I moved to another country once, and he came begging me and my parents, making all sorts of promises that he obviously never kept once I was back. Sorry for dumping everything, but it helps. Oh my goodness, this woman has been through so much. Even without the terrible men that he has hired, she should have left this man a few times over, because stroking her hair and saying you're never going to be as good as my ex-wife, yeah, that's grounds for definitely walking away. Here, Fire and Blood says, your husband is gaslighting you. He knows what you mean, but it's more entertaining for him to watch you struggle and drive you crazy. Leave. Anyone who loves their spouse would never treat them this way. You deserve better. Then she responds with, the awful thing about gaslighting is that when you love someone, you refuse to believe that they're trying to hurt you. And you always just think that the way you're trying to explain yourself isn't clear or precise enough. So I spend hours every day trying to find new ways to voice my issues. I find examples I could use, analogies, whatever. It's daily mental gymnastics that never lead to anything whatsoever. And sometimes he'll say that he understands. And if I ask again the next day, he'll just go back to saying that I'm wrong, makes no sense, am annoying, my tone is incorrect, the way I phrase it is irritating, and I want to cry and pull my hair out from the frustration. The thing is, these people know how to manipulate you so badly. It sounds like his manipulation had her so off balance that she didn't know if she was coming and going, and he seemed to thoroughly enjoy this. Okay, you all needed to see that. I needed to show you that because I saw this after the fact. So you got a little bonus. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe if you haven't yet.